There is a feeling most people never talk about. Not out loud, not at dinner, not at work. It's the feeling you get on a Sunday evening, when the weekend is ending, and Monday is coming, and somewhere deep inside something tightens. Most people call it stress, or anxiety, or just life. But it has a name, and Kiyosaki was one of the first people to say it out loud. It's called working for money, and it is the source of almost every financial problem most people will ever have. There is a moment when you realize that your entire life has been structured around a single question: how do I make sure the money keeps coming? Not, how do I build something? Not, how do I create value? Just, how do I keep the paycheck coming? And the terrifying part? The system is designed to make sure that question never goes away. In the last step, we talked about the cash flow quadrant, the 4 ways people make money. Today, we go into something deeper, into the psychology behind why most people stay trapped on the left side, even when they know better. This is the lesson most people miss when they read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. They focus on the assets. They focus on the quadrants. They miss the root. The root is this: most people work for money. The wealthy make money work for them. And the difference between those 2 sentences is not strategy. It is identity. Let's begin. Think about the last time you made a financial decision out of fear. Maybe you stayed in a job you hated because you needed the benefits. Maybe you didn't start that business because what if it failed? Maybe you didn't invest because what if you lost it all? Fear, every single time. Now think about the last time you made a financial decision out of desire. A new car, a vacation, something you told yourself you deserved. Greed, every single time. Kiyosaki calls this the push and pull of human emotion. Fear pushes us toward security. Greed pulls us toward consumption. And between the 2, we never stop to think. We just react. The poor work for money because of fear. The middle class work for money because of habit. The wealthy stopped working for money the moment they understood that money is just a tool, not a goal, not a reward, not a measure of worth. A tool. Here's the psychological shift that changes everything. Most people see money as the destination. Work hard, earn money, spend money, repeat. The wealthy see money as a vehicle. Earn money, deploy money, let money earn more money, step back. The employee says, I work hard, I deserve this. The investor says, every dollar I spend is a dollar that stops working for me. Same dollar, different relationship, different outcome. Now here's what makes this so difficult to change. The pattern starts in childhood. You watched your parents work for money. You were told that working hard is virtuous, that saving is responsible, that wanting more is greedy, and none of that is wrong. Hard work has value, saving has value, but they are not enough. Because the person working 80 hours a week is not necessarily building wealth. They are building someone else's wealth, their employers, their banks, their governments. And the person saving diligently every month into a savings account yielding 0.5%, while inflation runs at 3 to 4%, is not saving. They are slowly losing. The system is not evil. It is just indifferent. It does not care whether you win or lose. It rewards those who understand it, and it quietly punishes those who don't. So, what does it actually look like to stop working for money? It doesn't mean quitting your job tomorrow. It doesn't mean rejecting income. It means changing the relationship. 3 changes, not strategies, not tactics. changes in how you see, how you wait, and how you see yourself. It begins with awareness. And awareness is harder than it sounds, because most people believe they are already aware. They know they spend too much. They know they should save more. They know the paycheck disappears too fast. But knowing and seeing are two different things. Awareness in the financial sense is not knowing that you spend money. It is seeing exactly where every dollar goes and asking one question before it leaves. Is this dollar going to work for me, or am I going to work for it? Most people have never asked that question, not once. They spend on autopilot. The mortgage gets paid. The car payment goes through. The subscriptions renew. The dinners happen. And at the end of the month, there is less than there should be, and nobody knows exactly why. Kiyosaki calls this financial sleepwalking, moving through life without seeing the system that is quietly extracting value from every dollar you earn. And here is the uncomfortable part about financial sleepwalking. It is not laziness. It is not stupidity. It is design. The system was built to keep you spending. Advertising tells you what you need. Credit makes it easy to buy it now. Social pressure makes you feel behind if you don't. And the cycle continues, month after month, year after year, while the gap between what you earn and what you actually keep stays exactly the same. The moment you start asking, is this dollar going to work for me, or am I going to work for it? Everything changes, not because you suddenly have more money, but because you can finally see where it is going, and what you can see, you can change. A dollar spent on lifestyle is a dollar you worked for and lost. A dollar deployed into an asset is a dollar that starts working for you. Same dollar. One choice, completely different trajectory. It grows through patience, and patience is the most underrated financial skill in the history of wealth building. We live in a world that celebrates speed, fast results, quick wins, overnight success, and the financial industry feeds this obsession. Day trading, crypto moonshots, get-rich-quick schemes, all of them sell in the same lie that wealth can be rushed. It cannot. The wealthy are not wealthy because they earned more. Many of them earned less at the start. They are wealthy because they waited. They let compound interest, that Einstein allegedly called the eighth wonder of the world, do what it does best: grow, quietly, consistently, relentlessly. Here is what compound interest actually looks like in numbers most people never stop to calculate. A dollar invested at 10% per year doubles every 7 years. Not because of brilliance, not because of luck, because of patience. $10,000 invested at 30 becomes $20,000 at 37, $40,000 at 44, $80,000 at 51, $160,000 at 58, $320,000 at 65. Not from adding more money, from waiting, from doing nothing except staying in the game. And here is the cruel irony. Most people understand this intellectually. They have seen the charts, they know the math, and they still don't do it. Because patience requires tolerating something most people cannot tolerate. The feeling that nothing is happening, the silence of slow growth, the discomfort of watching others spend and enjoy an upgrade while you hold steady and wait. And the financial industry knows this, so they offer you something faster: a hotter stock, a better fund, a new strategy. And every time you switch, every time you chase the faster option, you reset the clock. You start the compounding over. You pay the fees. You lose the time. Time is the one resource you cannot buy back. The wealthy understood this early. The rest of us learn it late, when the math can no longer be recovered. The wealthy have learned to find peace in the silence, to trust the math when the emotions say otherwise, to stay consistent when consistency feels pointless. Because wealth is not built in the moments that feel exciting. It is built in the moments that feel boring, in the automatic transfer that happens on the first of the month, in the index fund that nobody talks about at parties, in the rental property that quietly generates cash, while everyone else is upgrading their lifestyle. Patience is not passive. Patience is the most active choice a financially intelligent person makes, every single month. And it anchors in identity. This is the one most people skip. And it is the most important of the three, because you can be aware of every dollar. You can be patient with every investment. But if your identity is still that of an employee, your behavior will always drift back to what employees do. You cannot consistently behave in a way that contradicts how you see yourself. Think about that for a moment. Every decision you make, every financial choice, every response to an opportunity is filtered through one question your subconscious is always asking. Is this what someone like me would do? If the answer to someone like me is someone who lives paycheck to paycheck, you will find a way to live paycheck to paycheck no matter how much you earn. Studies consistently show that lottery winners who had no financial identity returned to their previous financial situation within 5 years. Not because they were unlucky, because their identity pulled them back. If you see yourself as an investor, even before you have invested a single dollar, you will start making decisions that an investor makes. You will ask different questions. You will notice different opportunities. You will feel differently about spending versus deploying capital. The identity shift is not affirmation. It is not telling yourself you are rich while the bank account says otherwise. It is a genuine reorientation of how you see your role in the financial world. From consumer to builder, from employee to owner, from someone money happens to someone who directs where money goes. Rich Dad understood this. He didn't teach Kiyosaki accounting first. He taught him to think differently first, to see money differently, to see himself differently. Because once the identity shifts, the behavior follows automatically. You don't have to force yourself to invest. Investors invest. You don't have to remind yourself to look for assets. Asset builders look for assets. The identity does the work. Identity precedes behavior. Behavior precedes results. Here is what all three have in common. None of them require money. None of them require connections. None of them require a perfect market, a bull run, or a lucky break. They require a decision, made once, reinforced daily, until it becomes the only way you know how to think. The wealthy are not a different species. They are not smarter. They are not more disciplined by nature. They simply made that decision earlier, and they never unmade it. See differently, wait longer, know who you are. Here is your action for this week. Find one belief about money that you inherited, that you never questioned. Maybe it's, money doesn't grow on trees. Maybe it's, rich people are greedy. Maybe it's, investing is risky and only for experts. Write it down. Then ask, is this belief making me wealthier? Or is it keeping me exactly where I am? Because the beliefs you inherited are the identity you are living. And the identity you are living is the financial future you are building. The wealthy don't work for money, not because they don't work hard. Many of them work harder than anyone you know, but because they redefined the relationship. Money works for them, not the other way around. That feeling I mentioned, the Sunday evening tightening, the quiet anxiety of Monday coming, the unspoken question, will the money keep coming? That feeling doesn't have to be permanent. It fades the moment money starts working for you instead of the other way around. That moment starts now. In the next step, we'll talk about something Rich Dad called one of the most powerful tools for understanding why you think about money the way you do, the language of money, and why you cannot build wealth in a language that has no word for asset. That's step 5. Don't miss it. If something shifted for you today, hit subscribe. Every week, one more idea that the wealthy already know, and the schools never taught you. Stay on the blueprint. See you in the next step.